Good morning, dear learners. How are you today? I hope you're all fine. Stay at home and keep safe. The lesson that we're going to discuss today is about the properties of common organic compounds. The learning competency of this lesson is to explain how the structure of carbon atom affects the type of bond it forms. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to describe the common properties of organic compounds, and the other one is to relate properties of their uses. Now, what are these common properties of organic compounds? The first property of common organic compound is the odor. Odor is the smell of the compound as to weak or strong. Say for example, ripe jackfruit and ripe banana. Ripe jackfruit has a strong odor to compare with the ripe banana. The second property of common organic compound is the viscosity. Viscosity is the measure of the liquid's resistance to flow, or how fast or slow the liquid flows. Time will be used to measure this property. The longer the time, the more viscous the liquid is. Example, lotion. Lotion flows slowly on the flat surface, while water flows fast. Therefore, the lotion is more viscous than water. The third property is volatility. Volatility is the measure of the tendency of a compound to evaporate or to turn to gaseous phase. The shorter time it takes the compound to evaporate, or the more volatile the compound. Example, the acetone. The acetone takes a short time to evaporate, while cooking oil takes a long time, hence it's volatile than cooking oil. Flammability is the last property of common organic compounds. Flammability is the measure of how easily the material burns. If the material takes less time to burn, the more flammable the material is. Example, the dry leaves. Dry leaves can be burned for a short time, while fresh leaves cannot be burned. Therefore, dry leaves are flammable while fresh leaves are not. To understand further about the properties of common organic compounds, let's do this activity. Okay, what are the materials needed for this activity? We have the kerosene, the lubricating oil. For the lubricating oil, I use the canola oil. We can use some alternative lubricating oil found at home. You can use motor oil. You can use extract of aloe vera leaves and other cooking oil. And also the diesel oil and the ethyl alcohol. So there are 4 organic compounds will be used in this activity. So another materials that are needed here, we have the empty bottles. Since at home we do not have test tubes, so the alternative will be used an empty bottle. So these bottles are from this one, Coca-Cola bottle. So you must have identical plastic bottles. So I choose these 4 bottles. And then we have the medicine dropper. Each material must have their own medicine dropper. So there should be 4 medicine dropper. And then we also need graduated cylinder. Since we do not have graduated cylinder at home, we can use the tablespoon. And then we have here the plastic beads. There are 4 plastic beads. This will be used for the viscosity test. And then, since we do not have stopwatch at home, you can use your cell phone or your watches. We also have 4 pieces of 1/4 sheet of long bond paper. If you have this long bond paper, you can cut this into 4 pieces and you will have this one. We also have the 4 battle crowns, or that is what we call tansans, which will be used also later for flammability test. The procedure for this activity is that for number 1, use the table below to record your data for this activity. Then place a 15 ml of each liquid in the 4 identical bottles and label each according to the liquid it contains. Observe the materials and write the face and odor of the materials on the table. Next, testing the viscosity of the materials. Fill a plastic bottle with the first liquid, drop 1 plastic bead, and then cover it tightly with the plastic bottle. Invert the plastic bottle so that the bead falls and touches the plastic cover. Quickly turn the plastic bottle in an upright position. Then determine the time it takes the bead to fall or reach the bottom of the plastic bottle. Follow the procedure A, B, and C for the remaining liquids. The third procedure is testing the volatility of the materials. Using a medicine dropper, put 2 drops of each liquid material on the separate pieces of bond paper. You and your companions should do this at the same time and place it on the armrest or table. Record the time it takes the papers to dry. This is equivalent to the time it takes the liquid to completely evaporate. Testing for flammability of the materials. Wear face mask before performing the following procedure. Prepare 4 bottle crown and then place a cotton bud in each crown. Wet the cotton buds with 10 drops of liquid materials. Ignite each wet cotton bud to turn completely. Record the time it takes each cotton bud to burn completely. E. Repeat procedure A, B, C, and D 4 more times so that you will have 5 trials per liquid material. F. Compute for the average time it takes each setup to burn completely. Based on the result of this activity, you have learned about the properties of some common organic compounds and the relationship of these properties and their uses. You were able to observe in the experiments that kerosene, ethyl alcohol, and diesel oil are flammable compounds and lubricating oil is a thick or viscous liquid. Why is it important to know the properties of common organic compounds? It is very important to know the properties of common liquid materials, to know the uses as well as the dangers of these materials and how they affect people. Thank you for watching and see you on our next lesson.